This video will teach you the best social media strategy for 2023. My name is Logan Tremelin. I'm a 23-year-old aspiring entrepreneur, and we help businesses grow using digital media. Over the past 2 to 3 years, we've grown an action sports brand around ATV motocross to over 150,000 followers by doing a very similar thing to what I'm sharing in this video. In the past 2 months, I started my own personal brand again. I started a podcast around it. I've been posting consistently on social media. I've already seen a significant increase in the amount of views that I got, and we've already landed a few clients through it. And make sure you stay until the last and final step. It's by far the most important and most valuable way to create content in 2023. The first step in a perfect strategy for social media in 2023 is to create long-form content. Figure out some sort of show that you can create consistently, whether that's a monthly podcast, a monthly YouTube video, a weekly podcast, a weekly YouTube video, a blog post, a video podcast, as in 8 minutes up to 45 minutes, an hour long, depending on the context of the video and the length that it naturally comes out to. Creating this main piece of content is extremely valuable because for the people who want to learn more about you and want to learn more and just get more information, you want to have a main video, a main place to send them. So that's what this main long form video is. It's a place for you to build a community. It's a place for you to share a ton of value. It's a place for you to have raving fans and clients and followers that want to learn as much as possible about what you're sharing with the world. The second step is to post micro content. Micro content is when you take short clips from your long form content, anywhere from 5 to 60-second long clips. That is the best part of your long form content, and you break the long form into a ton of short form clips. I do this with my podcast. It's actually one of the main reasons I started my podcast in the first place, was to have the ability to break the long form 60-minute podcasts up into those smaller 5 to 60-second chunks. So I post the full video podcast on YouTube and anywhere else you can listen to podcasts. But then I take those clips and I put them on every social media platform that matters. I put them on YouTube Shorts, I put them on Instagram Reels, TikTok, LinkedIn, Facebook. I changed the formatting a little bit so it feels natural for that platform. So this not only promotes the main podcast, the long form video, but they actually get significantly more views on their own. My full podcast only gets 1 to maybe 200 views, but my short forms end up getting anywhere from a few hundred to up to 10,000, 20,000 views sometimes. The third strategy for social media marketing in 2023 is to create short form content. Now this is different from micro content because this is not broken up from your main long form video. This is short form videos that are recorded specifically to be posted on certain platforms. Short form content is recorded specifically for TikTok or specifically for Instagram, and they are tailored for those markets. They're tailored for those platforms. Micro content for me is a little bit more conversational based, and it might just be the middle of a conversation. Whereas short form content, there is actually a hook in the beginning. There's actually a few tactical steps in the middle, and there can be a call to action at the end. It's more of a well-rounded piece of content that is only made for social media. It's not made to be a standalone video on a long form platform. Videos like this tend to do better on social media, but they do not link to any desired location. They do not link to a longer form video. Step number 4 on the most successful, the best social media strategy in 2023 is to build your own community. This is not something that I'm currently doing. It's not something that I'm worried about yet. But when you start building a good following and you start having a lot of people reaching out to you on a consistent basis, it's a great idea to build your own community, whether that's a Facebook group, whether that's a YouTube community. I know that's an option now, whether that's your own Discord, whatever it is, a place for your community to touch base and stay connected on a consistent basis where you can go and ask questions or get feedback or whatever. I don't have my own community around this, but I am a part of many other filmmaking communities and action sports communities and just a bunch of groups on Facebook, for example, that I go to on a consistent basis. It's actually one of the main reasons I use Facebook. I post my micro content there, but I mainly go on for the Facebook groups. You know, I connect with other business owners, I connect with other video creators, and it's a very big source of inspiration and feedback that I am constantly reaching to. So a good strategy for you as you're building a brand and as you're building a following and as you're putting out content is to create your own community. create a place for like-minded people who love the content that you're putting out, love the mission, love the story that you're sharing with the world. Create a place for them all to come together. And the last and most valuable opportunity for social media in 2023 is owned media. This is when you're not reliant on platforms such as YouTube or Facebook or Instagram. You're not relying on any platforms to give you views. You own the connection with your audience. And this can be in the form of building out an email list, having a membership website, having a text message list, sending out that newsletter, just being connected with your audience one-on-one, having their personal contact information and not relying on algorithms, not relying on anything else. You can directly contact them on a consistent basis. Now, this is the most valuable because once you make that connection and once you're actually engaging with them one-on-one and you don't have a platform in between you and your audience, then you have a lot more leverage. When you can text somebody and show up on their phone, not within an app, but send them a text and converse with them one-on-one and get feedback that way, you have a lot more leverage on them. You have a lot more impact on them. And it's ultimately just one of the best ways to communicate with your audience. This is something that I personally have not introduced yet. I've actually built a small text message newsletter in the past for our Action Sports brand, but it was never something that I followed through with. But I truly believe one of the best things that you can do when building a social media strategy for 2023. That is it. Those are the 5 strategies that I would do to build a perfect social media strategy in 2023. Now, I do want to say, for one human to do all of this, that would be a lot. I do all of my own posting on social media. Sometimes I have help editing videos, and it is very time consuming. You know, it probably takes me 30 minutes to an hour a day to figure out the 1 to 2, sometimes 3 posts that I'm going to make that day, on top of needing to post and record and schedule out 1 podcast a week minimum. And then also on top of that, thinking through and setting up and shooting and editing for 1 YouTube video a week was something new that I just implemented last week. So creating content at scale like this is very time consuming, but I can guarantee you that the more you're posting, the more you're getting yourself out there, the more you're sharing your story and building a community and doing all of the steps in this video, the more success you will see in your personal brand and your business brand and in the growth of your life as a whole. And one small call to action, if you need help with video editing, if you need help with video production, my media company, Tremelin Media House, is taking on more clients this year. We're looking to expand. I'm looking to bring on a few more editors here in-house, and I would love to create a conversation and see if we are a right fit. That is the end of this video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.